solo por orgullo ese que 33 años como ayer, ¿quién lo diría?
19 minutes after 8, we sent Kathy Lee Johnson to New Orleans this week. It was an assignment she didn't really mind at all.
Solamente una vez en mi huerto brilló la esperanza.
You may not recognize this man, but to most of the world, he is a living legend, an international sex symbol, the Valentino of the 80s. His name is Julio Iglesias, and he is the most successful recording artist on earth, literally. With more than 200 gold and platinum awards, he has sold more than 100 million records across Europe, the Middle East, Japan, and now finally America. His success has brought him fame and fortune worldwide, and he's mobbed by adoring fans and press everywhere he goes. It all started 17 years ago when, as a young lawyer, he was in a serious automobile accident. During the 2 years he was bedridden, he started to play the guitar and sing. His very first song became an instant hit.
Why do you think you're so popular? Other people say why, but why do you think you are?
Well, what is the game now? If I will know how I am, why I am popular, I will be double popular.
But you are now double popular now that you're in America.
There is not logic for any connection between the brains and the soul.
Do you stop to think about it? What is it about me that people come to see by the millions?
If you ask questions to the mirror yourself, you don't understand. So I prefer to enjoy what I'm doing and be alive and be happy and trying to do perfect the connection between your feelings and your brains. And when the connection is there, you feel very, 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 very well, very good.
How did it feel to sing the first time?
I feel horrible. I feel nervous. I was shaking like I was shaking. It was very difficult for me to handle that because I was not prepared. It was not in my mind. It was nothing in my mind about that. I'm a lawyer. It was not my life until I discovered that it was really my life.
For the last 17 years, Julio has owned most of the audiences around the world, but the one place he had not yet conquered was the U.S. Determined, he worked hard to improve his English and recently recorded songs with America's finest, Willie Nelson, Diana Ross, and the Beach Boys. And now he's here on the first leg of a worldwide tour, and he's managed to capture our hearts, too, singing to sell-out crowds across the country.
Was it frightening for you to come to America? Did you think you might fail here?
This country, United States, I will say the Anglo-Saxon countries, had and have the best music, the modern music. Modern. I belong to the modern music, the modern expression of the music, not the classic. And this country in England and Australia owns a lot the modern music. It was very difficult. It's very difficult for an European, for a Mediterranean, to touch their feelings with music because they have wonderful artists. So it was a big challenge for me, very, very difficult.
The one thing Julio's modesty cannot hide is the fact that he is the international master of the love song, and millions of adoring fans come to be seduced. His reputation as a ladies' man is legendary, but he claims his only true love affair is with the stage.
You've said that you fall in and out of love every day. Did you really say that?
Which class of love you're talking about there? You're talking about if I'm allowed to fall in love every day with a different person, I would say no. Not at all, because time is very important and time and eye is very important. So what I do is to fall in love on the stage every night.
Are you comfortable with all this adoration, with the image of being a sex symbol, a Latin lover? Does that fit you?
If a sex symbol is me, I will never believe in any sex symbol in my life again.
All right, you
Rough
spend
work,
time,
Joan,
tough
I
work,
tell
but
you.
someone's got to do it.
Right.
What is it about him? What qualities does he have that attracts women?
Well, besides the obvious, Joan, which he is physically such a gorgeous man, he has the most communicative eyes you've ever seen. And he even says that he sings as much with his eyes as he does with his vocal cords. You combine that with the old world charm and the Latino accent, and
I can tell you didn't like it.
No, I
Okay.
was really bored to death.
Thanks, Kathy. Next half hour, Kermit.
He's still having a little difficulty with his English, and as Pat Collins' recent conversation with Julio reminds us, music is an international language.
Julio Iglesias was already a superstar in Europe and had sold 100 million albums, but that wasn't enough. He wanted to win the hearts and ears of the American public. The Americanization of Julio Iglesias is a masterstroke of publicity, promotion, and timing. He has gone to the White House, been befriended by Kirk Douglas, who introduced him to all the right people, and has sat on Johnny Carson's couch. Mr. Carson no longer calls him Julio Who. All that exposure was preparatory to a crucial test this summer for Mr. Iglesias. Phase 1 is a concert tour, which is a sold-out success, and Phase 2 is a new album that reaches the stores this week, his first one in English. The strategy here is to team Mr. Iglesias with popular American artists, which is why there are songs with the Beach Boys, Diana Ross, and the already familiar duet with Willie Nelson. One person in the record industry.
I did in my life 60, 70 albums already. In 15 years singing means quite 5, 6 albums a year. I lost a lot of things in my way. Friends, little things. I lost a lot of things. But I always had the idea then the public was more important, the people was more important than the little things. But I going to get back to the little things, because if I don't get back to the little things again, I'm not going to be allowed to do beautiful things anymore. Without little things in my life now, not thinking about challenges, not thinking about, of course, I want to sell more records than anyone in the world. I'm singing for that, everybody wants that. But we do a record, any artist in the world wants to sell records like crazy. When they do a film, they want to be all over the world. I do albums, not for me anymore. The first one I wrote in my life, I showed to my father and my mother, but it was the answer of my father and my mother enough. Now it's not the answer of my father or my mother enough. I need the answer of a lot of people, everybody. I do records and I record because I want to be all over the world and to sell records. But now I want to get back to the little things, to continue to do wonderful records. If I don't go back to the little things, my emotions are sold out.
You must remember this, a kiss, a sigh, just a sigh. The fundamental things of life. As time goes by.
Romantic singers like yourself sing about pain. What was the most painful moment for you?
When I was 21 years old, I was a sportman. I was able to be one of the best sportmen in my country. Young boy, strong, in the university.
You played soccer?
Played soccer with the best team in the world at that time, Real Madrid. I was strong. And I was in coma in an accident. I was dying. Completely dying in the bed. All paralyzed. All my body paralyzed. There is no more pain in life than to expose yourself to a challenge, then you know then it's quite impossible. Thinking that with that challenge you can miss everything you win before. That's the pain of me. It's not to be paralyzed. To be paralyzed, I work like crazy 20 hours a day to put my body together again. But that's, forget it. I think I had much more pain this year and a half to fight with my phrasing, with my voice, with everything emotional that I had before, to become successfully in a country who has a music with too much challenge for us. That's the pain of today, and I hope that tomorrow I will have another pain, because that pain makes me fight again.
Mr. Iglesias' immediate schedule takes him to Cleveland, Chicago, and Minneapolis, and eventually to other cities, in a country he so badly wants to conquer.